guys, it's some sweet sunshine here. You may hear the wind blowing a lot because I have all these windows open. I'm actually at work. Those who are new, welcome to my page, and make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment on the video. I'm doing a story time today because on the story time on my camera, my regular camera equipment, I'm actually on my Samsung S9 because my granddaughter's birthday party is coming up and I'm trying to leave all of the camera equipment. I'm trying to keep all the batteries up and all of the SIM cards, scan disc cards up. That way I don't have a problem with storage or my battery running out or anything for her 5th birthday. So she's my first priority. But I have the camera up high because I have on my uniform shirt and I don't feel like showing it. So this story time is about when I was younger and I was in this relationship. I'm not going to say the person's name. I'll say where they was from or whatever, but I'm not going to say the person's name. We didn't break up on bad terms. We just broke up because we was young. I was young and he was young, and we just mutually just fell apart. Like we just didn't click anymore. And that was that. We're still friends on Facebook, but we just fell apart. So yeah, one day I would go all the way out to Jersey to visit. I had to be I think at the time 16 and a half, because that's when I had my first daughter. I had her early. So he always made money. I never I wasn't working at the time or whatever. I was back and forth in and out of school, going through a whole lot, trying to find out where I want to be, what I want to do. I was the oldest sibling, so I never had anyone to ask questions or nothing like that. So basically I was doing everything on my own all the time, living in a lot of fear. And I think that's also another reason why we broke up, because I had fears and certain hang-ups about myself, so certain vices. I don't know if it's a vice, but a lot of fears about traveling. I couldn't drive. It was a lot of stuff I didn't know about, but he would always pay my way to visit, or he would always look out for me all the time. So when it was getting towards the time, towards breakup time, I visited, and he would always walk me to the train and wait for my train with me, and I would get on the train and it'd be hugs and kisses, and I would go my way, he would go his way. So basically this one day, grandma, that's his grandma, but I always call her grandma, God bless her soul. She was a sweetheart. I loved that lady. So this one day she's make sure you don't leave her at the train. Make sure you stay with her until the train comes. And I just thought that was weird, because I'm he always waits for me at the train. That's just weird to me. When someone just says something at random that's not usually said when you're leaving, it makes me a little paranoid, right? So for some reason the whole day just was weird. Sorry, my camera's moving around because I'm holding it. So basically we leave out the house. They had a main house. They didn't live in a building, they owned the house. And we came outside, and it was this red Maxima car. I never forget. It was the old Maxima used to be fly. Everybody always wanted a Maxima or whatever. So these guys, they was deep. Well, I know they was deep eventually, but at this point I didn't know how deep or who was in the car, because back then you used to be able to tint your windows as much as you want without getting a ticket. It didn't matter. So people used to crazy tint their windows, because that used to be the down thing to do. So They had tents on the window, and they drove around the block, turned the corner, and we're walking. I didn't pay much mind to it, but I did see it come in front of the building, the house, and go around the corner. So we're walking, and the same Maxima, we're walking towards the train. I would say the train is like 6 or 7 blocks away. Like, it's a nice little walk. And the same Maxima is going around the corner, like passing us as we're walking. So I says, hey, you didn't, do you notice that like this red Maxima keeps going around the corner? Like, it keeps rotating us while we're walking. They rotated the first time, now they rotated again. What's that about? You know, I can't even see in a car. He's like, oh, it's nothing. So I was like, oh, okay. So he was like, well, today I'm gonna just walk you to the train and I'm gonna just rush off. And he took a bike with him. He never takes a bike when we go to the train. Like, why are you taking a bike? He was like, oh, I took the bike because I'm gonna run somewhere. I'm gonna just leave you at the train and go ahead. So I was like, Grandma told you not to leave me at the train, and you got this car circling around, and you're gonna leave me at the train? So he's like, yeah, I have something to do or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So we're walking again, next block, the car, same Maxima. I says, I know you see this freaking Maxima, and it's followed us for a couple of blocks now, and it's really pissing me off because you're acting weird. You're telling me you're gonna leave me at the train station, and this car keeps going around the corner. So okay, we're walking another block, same car. We walked across the street to get to the train. It's the New Jersey Transit train. Some people call it the PATH train. I don't think it's a PATH train, but it's the little New Jersey Transit train I was taking. So when he rode off, the Maxima came up to where I was at, and they stopped. And I saw them stop in front of the staircase as I was walking up the stairs, and my heart was pounding. Like, my heart was pounding so bad because I'm like, why would they stop now that he's walked away or he's gone? That's weird, right? So basically I'm walking up the stairs or whatever, and the car opens up, and it's like mad dudes in this car. Like, it's like it had to be like six dudes in this Maxima. So they jump out, and this other one jumps out the car, and he runs up the stairs. To this day, I don't even remember how the guy looks. I don't remember at all. Like, I forgot my name. Like, that's how scared I was. So the guy runs up the stairs to me. So he's like, you know such and such and such? Of course I know who such and such is. He's my boyfriend. But he was like, do you know who such and such is? And I'm like, what? Like, what? Like, I was like, my head, I was gone. Like, I was totally gone. Like, I couldn't answer any questions because I couldn't think because I was nervous, right? He's like, I know you know who such and such is. We heard around the way that he got a girl from New York, and it gotta be you or whatever. Do you know such and such and such? I know you know him. Like, he's in my face, like right here. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, what's your name? What's your name? I don't know if they had got my name, and he wanted my name to be sure it was me. But he was like, what's your name? What's your name? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't. Like, I dead forgot my name. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. So the train is like still not coming. Like, my stomach is sick now. Like, I feel like throwing up. Like, I felt super nervous. Like, when I'm nervous, I have to go to the bathroom. I have to throw up. Like, my body just totally goes against me when I'm scared. So basically, he was like, yo, he was like, yo, you lucky, you mad pretty. You lucky you mad pretty, cause I'll blow your motherfucking head off or whatever. So I just was like, what? Like, first of all, don't be killing me over some dude that ain't even my husband. I'm probably not even going to be with when I'm older, and he's probably going to forget about me in the next year or two. Like, are you serious? So he was like, yo, I should do it though. I should do it. And then he was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I don't know. He was having a whole conversation with himself in front of me. And then eventually he was like, nah, just go ahead with yourself. And he went down the stairs and ran back to the car. And they was like, what up? And then he was like, nah, let's just go. And they drove off. Me, I couldn't even wait for the train. Like, I ran back down the block to grandma's house. That's his grandma, not my grandma, but I call her grandma. And I was crying. I was hysterical. I was throwing up. I was throwing up going to the bathroom. Everything. Like, I couldn't even hardly breathe because I have asthma. Never knew I had asthma all them years, right? I was going through so much. I was so stressed out and angry at the fact that he left me. Years ago, you had a beeper, not a phone, so you had to beep people, and I was beeping and beeping and beeping. He wasn't calling back. I was telling him to call the house back or whatever. No calls, no nothing. He never came back home for like days or whatever. I wound up coming back to New York, and I don't think I ever went back after that time. I think that was like it. I just stopped going, out there. But yeah, that's my little story time. And it was a small story, but that did happen to me. And I'm just saying that to tell women and girls to be careful who you dating, and don't always think you dating this fly guy, whatever, and that something can happen to you just because somebody's mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Talk to you guys later. Bye.